fuera de Estados Unidos, que lo hemos elegido porque tenemos aquí unos visionarios que nos van a contar algo sobre private cities y porque hemos sido capaces de cortar una pieza de riesgo que nos encanta tener, que es un land banking, que quiere decir que no hace falta meter, que se compra tierra, se mejora la tierra y se vende la tierra con un camino ya comprobado, sin apalancamiento y colateralizado por la tierra. Y la TIR de esto a los 3 años va a ser un 25%, de lo cual la mitad viene en cash flow, otro por ciento pagaría trimestralmente, neto fees, ¿vale? Y ahora le doy el floor a los visionarios, Yaritza y Marek.
Gracias, Martín.
The remote. We will take the liberty to present in English. Lamentablemente mi español de comercial no es bueno. Hi everyone, my name is Marek I'm the CEO and the co-founder of Samana Group, and with me there's my real boss also here.
Hello everyone, my name is Yaritza Reyes. I'm also a co-founder for Samana Group, and I'm the CEO for our charity foundation, the Samana Group Foundation.
And we're going to tell you what we're doing in the Dominican Republic. Before I start by raising hands, can you tell me who has been in the Dominican Republic? Okay, that's a bunch of people. Has anyone already invested or done business in the Dominican Republic? Just tourism, yeah. Tourist, okay, good. Every buyer starts with being a tourist, so that's fine. I'm going to start with a word salad. I want to unpack this for you when it comes to what we're doing. We are a city as a service mid-market branded residence. Branded residence, that's the easy part. The branded residences can be just like Four Seasons residence around a brand, or a branded residence can be around a lifestyle, like a longevity-oriented branded residence for people that want to be close to the water, national park, and have a lot of spa offering. Mid-market is because branded residences usually are considered as a luxury product, but after in the post-COVID world, people living more and more remotely, especially American clients in the Caribbean, maybe we're not going to have a concierge on a 5-star spa like in the Naples, but we're still going to have some kind of a 24/7 reception and a gym and a co-working space. So all the same type of range services, just at the lower level. That's why mid-market. And city as a service, this is the important part. We are part of the private city real estate asset class, and the difference between a normal branded residence and a private city is that we also make money by selling internet service, electricity, water. We take out your trash. So everything that is typically done by a city in already advanced established economy. For the purpose of this presentation and for the purpose of our partnership with Estating, we've actually securitized only one part of our business, which is the land banking. Because private city is like a vertical real estate developer. We develop the land, which is a horizontal development. Then we do a vertical development. We do a ground-up development, and then we manage it hopefully forever. So today we'll be focusing on the land part, which is the most risk mitigated, as Martin mentioned. A little bit about us, Samana Group, the company we're presenting. The developer has been already in Samaná in the Dominican Republic for almost 20 years, since 2007. The company history starts with land surveying and titling services. Our co-founders have opened and managed 6 eco-boutique hotels. Those hotels are known. They're in the top 10 best hotels in our region on Booking.com and Expedia. And for the last 5 years, we've been working on the residential project, which is the natural progression of operations. We have an international, European, Polish, Dominican, American management team. Our main investors are PCG, which is a big real estate development company from Poland, 35 years on the market, 10,000 residential units built, and PCG, which is a Polish-American venture capital fund that invests mainly in private cities asset class around the world. Let's go back to the branded residence in the Caribbean. That's actually already an established market. There's close to 10 branded residences that operate as a city as a service in the Caribbean, mainly because of its proximity to the United States and Canada. American clients like politically stable economies, so besides Cuba and Haiti, I guess Caribbean countries fit that narrative. Just in Dominican Republic, we already have 3 projects like this. You've probably heard about Punta Cana, Casa de Campo, Cap Cana. These are all private cities asset classes. A little bit more about Dominican Republic. By far, location, as my predecessor has said. We have 2 hours to Miami, sub 4 hours to Toronto, to New York, 4.5 hours to Toronto and Montreal. For everyone that wants to have a second home, flying 3 hours, 4 hours, and then driving from the airport half an hour is totally manageable to have a second home. What makes Dominican Republic so interesting, and by the way, this is Samana Peninsula, this is our region that I'm going to tell you more. We are between the ocean and the bay. Why DR is so interesting is because these huge elevation changes makes our climate very diverse. We have -7 degrees in the winter, so it's a much more European weather than you would expect from a Caribbean country. DR is by far the tourism co-leader with Mexico. We're only losing when it comes to tourist arrivals with Mexico. We are a favorite country of investment from the USA. Of course, $5 billion investments per year. Out of it, 3 million comes only from the United States, and Americans invest mainly in tourism, energy, and commerce. That's actually interesting because according to International Monetary Fund, for the post-Second World War history, Dominican Republic is leading the whole Latin American pack when it comes to the convergence of living standards towards USA. DR is leading just very close to Panama. So those 2 countries that are leading. Interestingly enough, DR actually doesn't make most of its GDP from tourism because it's only 15%. Most of GDP of DR comes from services and heavy industry. Besides gold, which is the biggest exporting product of the Dominican Republic, DR exports mainly electronics, appliances, medical appliances. Of course, besides rum and cocoa. I wanted to say beautiful woman as well, but that was In short, if I was to really generalize it, I would say that DR is slowly providing the type of quality lifestyle services that an American client was always looking for in Florida, but still at the Mexico price. While at the same time, all the other Caribbean countries, the smaller ones like Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, or maybe even Panama, have started to be already overpriced. Inside Dominican Republic, we are focused on the peninsula. Let me quickly tell you about what makes our region special.
Yeah, and there is where I jump. Honestly, I might be biased, but I do believe that Samana is one of the most beautiful places on planet Earth. And if you don't believe me, you just have to go and see it by yourself, and I'm pretty sure that you're gonna fall in love with it. But since we're here now, let me take the time to explain you why this place is so special. One of the things that I love the most about Samana is the combination of the mountains that merge right into the water. It's like Hawaii minus the volcanoes. I mean, they're nice to watch, but you don't want to live close to the volcano, right? So right there we have this beautiful connection. Also, there's so many waterfalls that you can enjoy. And one specific thing that I love the most about Samana, every single year we have humpback whales that go to mate over there, have their babies, and we also have several types of turtles that go lay their eggs over there, and as well they come back every single year. So that tells you a lot about how green it is, how beautiful it is, but how much it coexists together with nature. But not only that, it's also a very strategic location right in the center of the Caribbean. And funny enough, one of the people that had first his eyes on Samana was Napoleon. He wanted to use it as the base for the whole French colonies because actually the bay is guarded on 3 different sides by mountains, so it made it very safe, and still today is one of the safest places that you can be if you have an army, or as well if you're trying to escape from, let's say, a storm. One of the 3 most booming towns that you can find already in Samana are Las Terrenas, Santa Bárbara de Samana, and Las Galeras. This is where you can find anything that you need, and also very important, there's already 5,000 expats that have made of Samana their home. You can find your French restaurants, you can find Italian restaurants over there because they are the ones that have brought also part of this development. And one of the things that I love the most, yeah, also one of the things that I like the most about Samana is how safe this place is. Actually, this photo speaks more than what I can say. These villas are right in front of the ocean. Each one of them is valued at around $10 million. This is a public path right in front of them, and this is the gate. Can you see the gate? This is the amount of security that at the moment you require in Samaná. You can see how the locals and the expats coexist in such harmony, and this is one of the things that for me makes it the most attractive.
These are the numbers of the construction started in the whole region in the last 5 years, even without ours. So you can see the last 4 years really started to show that something is happening in Samaná. And that is actually true. We are not the only ones that are doing our land banking acquisitions inside the Dominican Republic, inside Samaná. Our project is mainly here. I will tell you more about this in a second. Just in front of us, Hyatt has just purchased a 5-star hotel. Half an hour drive from us, Four Seasons has just broken ground for its residence. That's on the bay side. On the ocean side, another half an hour drive from us, Windham has just opened its second hotel. Marriott has just broke ground for its 5-star beachfront hotel. Vinci, which is, I believe, the second biggest airport operator in the world, it's a French corporation, has just expanded their license to manage our international airport, because we do have an airport with direct flights to Canada and US, till the year 2065. So right now, all the big corporations are doing, I would say, for the lack of a better word, land grabbing strategy on the most interesting part for them, which is the beachfront. We are now land banking for everything in the middle. So we are buying all the land possible from 1 kilometer from the shore towards the peninsula. Now, what this map doesn't show you is that we have hills. So although our project is 1 kilometer from the shore, we are 200 meters above the sea level, which is the equivalent of 30th floor. So our residents can still see everything while not having the noise coming from the nightclubs of the shore. So Marriott is buying a beachfront property at $100 per square meter. We're buying our land at $5 per square meter for the farmers and then selling it at $60 for our residents. I'll get to the details in a second. Our first project, Costa Samana, which is the residential mid-market residence built on the land that we are acquiring. Super green, built on the hills. Very simple construction. This is the typical best-selling villa. It's 1,100 square feet with double the size on the terrace. The price point is $350,000. So our clients from New York, from Toronto, from Montreal can buy it in cash. It costs us, ex the land, $200,000 to build it, and every villa comes with this view. Who are we selling this for? Well, we call our client Alex. Alex lives mainly in New York, Santo Domingo, Toronto, and Montreal, because they have 3-4 hours flight to their home. They are your typical snowbirds and retiring boomers, which means they live in the concrete jungle for 7-8 months per year, and then they go to their jungle second home in Samaná. They make around $20,000 per month, which puts them in the top 10% of best earners in the USA. They pay to see the view, they pay for closeness to the national park, and they pay to have a great gym and an Olympic-sized swimming pool. They don't necessarily want from us to give them a casino or a nightclub. There's 1.5 million Alexes living on the east coast of the United States and Canada, and 100 of them are already our clients because we've sold out our stage 1. This is how the interiors look like, as you see, boho style.
Exactly. And actually, most of the interior designs that we've had done to our property, and I'm going to show you some photos of it, were done also with local people. This way, we're able to, one, work with the community, but two, be able to use actually local materials to give these very beautiful styles that just blend right in with the bay and that are not disruptive. So everyone has the main character of their home being the beautiful bay of Samaná. This one right here is actually not a render, and it's already a photo of our existing showroom that you can go see in Samaná.
A quick video of how a finished product looks like. Excuse me. I don't know if this is working. Okay, and the video is not loading, so for those who are interested, we can show you later. Okay, so we started identifying land for the land banking opportunity in the late 2000s. This project, this particular development project, we started working on in the year 2022. We've acquired land specifically for this project in 2023. Second half 2023 is where we finished the documentation and we got all the necessary approvals, including application for Confutur. Our residents don't have to pay tax, the property tax for the first 15 years. We broke ground second half of last year, and first quarter of next year, our residents will be moving in for stage 1. Besides making 27% IRR on the real estate project, what we also do, and I'm mentioning this because maybe some of you who are representing high net worth individuals or family offices are looking for projects which are not only generating alpha cash flow, but also have some social impact. We reinvest part of our profits into realistic sustainability technology. 40% of our energy comes from renewable sources. 70% of water comes from water filtering solutions. We reinvest 5% of our profits into community and empowerment, and we don't build more than 20%, which means if we have 100 hectares, we're only going to build on 20. A little bit more about the foundation.
And like I've mentioned earlier, I'm the CEO of the foundation for Samana Group. And one of the things that we've done is we're working with the locals, especially with the kids. We're doing English lessons for free for these kids so they're able to, later on in the future, be able to actually get a job. And this is the fastest way and most efficient for them to be able to have a better future. They can decide whether they want to work with us or not. And also, one of the things that we're doing as well is interest-free microloans for female entrepreneurs. This way we're helping them get financial guidance, advice, and this way they're actually growing their businesses. So it's not only us growing and making the land more valuable, but we're also working together with the people that are already living in Samana.
In case you are still interested in ESG scores, we're pretty high up there. So stage 1, excuse me, let me quickly switch. What we do is we identify large portions of land. We talk to all the farmers. We negotiate with them deals to acquire all the land in bulk. This is a purely virgin land. We usually buy it, like I told you, $5 per square meter. It costs us another $2.50 to title the land, to build the road, bring electricity, power, water, and prepare it to sell to our development company that then buys it from the land banking company for $60, and our development company sells it for $60, $80, $100 plus the house. We've already done this for stage 1, so we've done this for 100 units. We've bought 100,000 square meters, subdivided the land, sold to residents that will be moving beginning of next year, and now we want to do this for larger portions of land because we've identified additional 3,000 acres of land, which we're now securitizing. The unit economics stay the same. We buy more or less at $5.5 per square meter. It costs us $2.50 to prepare it for sale. We're selling it at $60 to the real estate development trust. What is important to know is that we're only selling 60% of that land, which makes our portfolio pretty highly collateralized. It's a pretty risk-mitigated risk because we are now raising $20 million to buy the big portfolio of plots. But from the moment of purchasing, the land is worth 55 million. So it's a 185% collateralization rate, and it's unlevered. So there's no leverage on the land that we're buying. In case there's a delay of being able to sell the land further, we can, to our own trust, we can always sell it to other developers, or we can just wait because land doesn't really call for that much overhead costs. The securitization that we're offering here allows you to have a 12% coupon paid out quarterly, so it's a fixed income with an equity kicker. Between third and fifth year, you can do an exit. If you exit after third year, it's a 150% return, and if you exit after fifth year, it's a 210%, which makes it on average the IRR of more than 25%. And like I said, we've already done this for stage 1, and on a smaller scale, we've been doing this over and over again. The whole securitization is built on top of 3 trusts, fideicomisos, I believe in Spanish. One is focused on land banking, the other one is focused on development, and there's a third one just that makes sure that the payments via escrow are paid to our investors. Why now? It doesn't happen too often that a real estate developer allows you to co-invest in his land bank, because usually that's where developers take out the value. They buy land very cheaply. They want the land to increase in value, and then that highly increased in value land, they contribute to the real estate project. So the more expensive the land is, the better for the developer. In this case, because we have a long-term plan and we're going to be making most of our money from the recurring revenue from managing the residence, we are willing to share the profits from the cherry on the top, although it's not on the top, it's in the land. A business model, because we want to buy all the land in bulk as soon as possible, simply because their time is limited. Our purchase options that we have with the farmers are not extinct, they are expiring by the end of this year. And like I told you, we have the breadth of our big partners, of the Marriotts, of the Intercontinentals of the world, that will be soon moving from beachfront to the inside. So that's why we're doing this now. Our phase one has validated our assumptions. We rely, this business model relies on our own data, not third-party market comps. And we have a strong downside protection because we don't have to sell it just between our own trust. We can sell it to our competition if we have to, or we can just wait for the land to appreciate itself. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.